Eyes off target, I repeat, eyes off target.
Hi guys, today I want to talk to you about this very cool rifle. As you can see, it's the AR10 type, but this one is chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. This rifle wasn't all the time in 6.5 Creedmoor. It started his life actually as a 308, which I wanted to have a semi-automatic rifle in 308, basically to mimic my service issue M110. So I can stay more proficient with 308 round, right? I was scarred by the 308 round from the army. I shoot a lot, and what happened was I basically shoot out the barrel when it was in that 308 caliber, and then I was facing the decision what to do. Should I buy another 308 barrel and keep rolling with it, or maybe go to the wild side and go with the 6.5 Creedmoor? I decided to go with 6.5 Creedmoor. I purchased the barrel from Faxon Firearms, so this is their 5R barrel, 20 inches long. And this is another thing which I wanted to see, comparing versus a standard 24-inch on my teacup, how this rifle will be affected by the shorter barrel. You know, you're going to lose the muzzle velocity, but how much this is actually going to be. And I'll tell you right away, right now, with the temperatures like we have today at 38 degrees Fahrenheit, on average you're going to get from 140 grain Hornady ELD match 2,675 feet per second, and it's exactly the same speed. Almost, it's like few feet per second difference versus what I was getting today from Tika. So that is kind of surprising that the difference in the barrel length didn't pay that much of a difference. And we managed to stay basically above 2,650 feet per second. That was my goal, and this is exactly what's happening. I'll give you the data for more loads, more rounds, which we'll be using on this rifle when we'll be doing the updates. But as of today, I know a lot of people is using a 140 ELD as a kind of baseline. So this is basically it. Rifle is built on a Mega Arms receiver, and I have on it the 6 to 30 Athena BPR mill scope from Primary Arms. This is outstanding piece of the hardware. That scope is going to create the shockwaves through the industry. They should be releasing it very, very soon, but I don't have a dates yet. I was finishing it, basically, looking how it's performing, how those mills are working out in it, and it's working great. We'll have a special program about that scope for sure. But going back to the rifle, I put on it the JP Enterprises front forward rail, and my goal was to salvage from the 308 AR10 as many parts as possible. So I'm keeping exactly the same gas tube and the gas block. Now there is a question all the time when the people are running 6.5 Creedmoor, should I go with the regulated gas block so I can control better that output of the gas coming back through the gas system to the heart of the rifle? And I'll tell you this, if you are not going to use a suppressor, if you're not going to run the 6.5 suppressed, I would not waste your money on the regulated gas block. You can basically take whatever you have already. If you are in the same situation as I was, you basically converting from 308 to 6.5 and roll with the existing gas block. Of course, make sure that the diameter for the gas block from the old barrel will match the diameter for the gas block on the new barrel, and they do have basically the same diameters. You just gotta check, bull barrels will have a larger diameter, but that's like with 308. That's exactly the same. Then the question is about the bolt and the firing pin. So this was the regular DPMS bolt with the firing pin, and that rifle, when I dropped that barrel first, was running on that bolt. but you could tell that you know, because of the larger diameter of the firing pin, the size of the crater inside the primers was a little bit larger, was squishing it more. I upgraded the bolt on this rifle right now to the JP again, and it is beautifully made piece of hardware, and I think it tunes this rifle, it serves this rifle better than the old DPMS bolt. I'm still using the same bolt carrier, so the bolt carrier is from my old 308, and I was able to slide in the new bolt without any issues, and everything is performing just absolutely cool and fine. Question: how this rifle shoots? So on average, I will tell you, it produces around 0.7, 0.75 MOA groups from 100 yards. Is it possible to have some miracle groups sub half MOA? Absolutely yes. From time to time with the factory ammo, I'm scoring a really, you know, like tight below half MOA groups, but this is not the real reflection of what this rifle can do. From my extensive shooting on the basically extended range and from 100 yards too, I will tell you that it is between 0.7 and 0.8 MOA rifle, which is not bad, and that basically matches my output from the old 308. Now, if you're taking this to the extended range, because of the better rounds BC on 6.5 Creedmoor, you have less stress and more room for forgiveness when you're calling for wind and you're shooting at the extended ranges. You know, to shoot from this rifle past 650 yards, it's absolutely like cheating. Like today, I recorded some footage shooting 10 rounds on target, and I could go much faster with it. The only thing is, I wanted you to hear on the camera that ping from the target, but you can push that and you can squeeze out much more as far as the speed goes versus the bolt action guns, for example. Also, I took it the other day to past 300 yards, and we ran our double tap head shots from that distance, and the rifle scored like 10 seconds, 10.2, if I remember this correct, it was the score for the double taps, 3 different targets, headshots. So you can see what you can do with it. It's absolutely you know, interesting piece of the hardware. I'm not saying you cannot do this with a 308. Yes, you can, but the farther you go, the more distance you keep adding up, and versus 308 versus 6.5 Creedmoor, this is where the 6.5 Creedmoor will start shining, and it all boils down to this: how much room of forgiveness you have, and the 6.5 will offer to you more room for forgiveness, more room for error. So that's my first evaluation of this rig. We will keep you posted. I'll give you the updates. How is this rifle performing? The full list of parts is underneath of the video. Just check the description. If you have any questions, let me know. The main question for me, probably you guys are asking, was it worth it in my eyes to upgrade to 6.5 Creedmoor versus 308? And I will tell you, yes, it was. I will do this in a heartbeat again today, because I really enjoy that extra you know, margin of error you buying basically with transition to the different caliber. All right, thank you. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.